Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. Pretty good week, had another winner through the week. Aluf did the job again. He seems to be going okay, that horse. He carried 61.5 kilos, which is plenty of pudding, and he probably just found out a little bit late, but he hung on for dear life and won, so it was really good. Interesting, he ran probably about a quarter of a second faster than the 70 grade on that day, and the winner of that carried 52.5 and he carried 61.5. So going on that, you would tend to think that he may be able to cope with a little step up in grade. So, and then we'll keep him to that synthetic. He seems to be going pretty good on it and run him in 1300 metre races there, and while the races are there over the next month or so, he's certainly going to be competitive in everything we ran. I ran a little filly called Petronas. I thought she was good, probably just looked like just a bit of a victim. She sort of was smoking on the corner and they sprinted up and she sort of just couldn't get going early enough. She ran a good close third, and good old Severn Road, he once again he gave him something to chase. Interesting, he's had about 6 runs over that 1900 at Geelong, and he's won a few races, whatever. That's the quickest he's ever gone, which is really, really interesting. So he'll go back around at Geelong again on Friday week and a benchmark 70, and he'll drop about 4 kilos on the other day. So once again, he only has to really reproduce what he did on Tuesday, next Friday, and he'll take a hell of a lot of beating again. Okay, now runners this week. We'll take BRYANNA up to Bendigo on Friday. Now she's been screaming for the 2400. I've elected to put Georgie back on him and back on her, and she's only going to carry 52.5 kilos, which I think is a real advantage over a mile and a half. A bit of rain won't hurt our cause at all, and if she can happen to sort of 2400 metres right down in the weights on a wet track, those sort of horses can be real flukers' hopes. She seems to be going okay and she can run the trip. She'll be a massive price, so don't be afraid to throw her sort of in a few trifectas and everything, because it wouldn't surprise me at all for her to be sort of right around about the mark. Okay, we then go to Echuca on Saturday. Now 1100 metre 58 for Chopsticks. He got too far back the other day at Geelong and he was never ever going to run home over the top, but having said that, I thought he was really good at the line. He'll get ridden a lot more positively and be running sort of midfield or a little bit better than midfield, and 1100 metres he should be all over that sort of race. Prince Ziggy gets back to the races. He's just had a couple of little issues, Ziggy, and I think we got it sorted out. I was really happy with his work on Tuesday. So he gets back to a race where he no doubt will be very competitive. Poor old Crossbearer has been balloted half a dozen times, and they've actually divided his race, so he's now got a chance to go to the races. So second up over a mile, he won over a mile last time in, so he's an interesting horse that you just have to, the tempo of the race is so important. They need to run along, he can sort of sit back midfield and then he'll hit the line hard. But he's once again, his work was good on Tuesday. I've got no doubt he'll run well, just it's all depends on tempo in the race. Righto, then Pakenham on the synthetic on Sunday. Now Macrobius goes back to the races. This is a heat of the Stayers series, and will probably be his last run before he goes into the final. This is the same track and distance that the finals run over, so it gives a really good line. He actually won this race last year and then went into the final and won the final, so he's up about 2 kilos on last year, so that'll be interesting to see how he goes, but horse seems in really, really good nick. New horse to the stable, young Douro. He'll step out in the mile race there. Yeah, look, I don't really know real much about him. He's a good beginner and puts himself in the race, and certainly a couple of gallops I gave him since I've had him, he's been nice and sharp, so I'm pretty keen to sort of see how he goes. Alonro's Way, she got absolutely bogged at Ballarat the other day, throwing a set of blinkers on her. We'll ride her positively back on the synthetic. She only got beat a couple of lengths there about 3 weeks ago, so go up to the mile, blinkers on, sit outside the leader. She could, you know, she's a horse that could certainly sort of run a place at big odds. Yeah, Tuesday we go back to the Pakenham synthetic again. A little filly called Anacreon. She's had a couple of tiny little foot issues with her, but she seems 100% now, so she's right to go. She'll go to the Pakenham, and also Duke of Oz, he got a long way back and worked home good the other day at Warrnambool. He goes second up over a mile, perfect. I could sort of see him running home to run a really good 3rd or 4th, then go to the 2000 metres, and you know, he's going to be right around about the mark once he gets up to that sort of trip. In our Sandown Wednesday, I might take Bjorn pretty there. It all depends whether we send her off to start or we give her one more run. She seems really bright and well. I tell you, I've trained a lot of horses, and not too many more have got a better constitution than her. She's a beauty. She eats and she's sound and she's healthy. As her swan song, she might have one run in town, and it's a 2100 metre fillies and mares race, which should suit her and give her an opportunity. It'd be great if she could get her city place, but it all depends. She's going to be a long way down in the ballot, so if she gets a run, it'll be her last start and she'll go off to the start. stallion, and if not, she'll just get retired straight away.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. Again, we're going to go with a 2-year-old. This one is called Panther at Nera. He come over from the Michael Roebuck team. He's by Turfontaine. His half brother actually won at Caulfield last start, called Al Passam. So yeah, hopefully he can follow in his brother's footsteps and frank the family. He come over from Michael Roebuck's team, and he come over in good condition, and he'll have a jump out at the farm this week, and if all goes well, then he'll go to the races the following week. He's a cheeky little fella, but he's certainly a pleasure to have around the stables, and we certainly, all the team, look forward to getting him to the races in the near future.
Hi guys, as you would have heard earlier in the video, Severn Road ran around again on Tuesday, ran a gallant second. As per usual, he went to the front, he bowled along. Proved hard to catch, but just found one better on the day. So he's still going really well, the old boy, and looking forward to sticking with him in the coming weeks. For the week ahead, we've got 3 to CHOPTICKS Saturday for Ron Stevens, possibly going to Mildura Monday, and possibly Pakenham on Sunday. So unfortunately, we tried to get a winner 3 weeks in a row. We went close, but unfortunately we couldn't get it done. But hopefully we can find a winner or two to talk about next week.
That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Interesting, isn't it? The Blue Diamond nominations closed today. We're in July, and the nominations for a race that are held in February closed today. $330 to nominate, and there was 1,688 horses nom, so about $500,000 they got in for absolutely nothing. Well, why you have to nominate a horse in July for a race in February, nobody seems to be able to tell me the answer, but it certainly seems an absolute grab for cash, doesn't it? But anyway, good luck to them. They're getting away with it and have done for a long time. Till next week, see you later. Yeah, that's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Go to a Chuka on Saturday. Now, Crossbearer, start again. I'm just going to give her one run over I got the phone, hang on, let's go to answer my phone.